Hi friends, welcome back. So I am up here in my bedroom filming because it is quiet and I have a little bit of light. I know I'm still trying to figure out the lighting situation and the camera placement, but here we are. So I want to talk to you about some seeds because it is January. It is cold where I am in Southern Ontario, Zone 5B, and everything is asleep. And it kind of gets you in the mood of thinking about what could be this summer. So I basically start off with a seed inventory. Before I purchase or even peruse looking for seeds, I always start with what I have. So I took a seed inventory and I will just briefly go through what I have, and if I have grown them in the last couple of years, I'll pop a picture on the screen so you can see it. So we're gonna do my flowers first and then my veggies. It's gonna be kind of a long video, but I'm hoping that just thinking about the garden just makes me all warm and fuzzy. Okay, so we're starting with flowers. So this, and then I've broken it down also into two categories. So these are purchase seeds, like purchased in a package. And then there are self-saved, which I saved off of plants that I grew. Okay, so blue fescue, I've never grown that. Morning glory, I have a purple and a pink. Zinnias, sunflowers, agastache, I've never grown that before. I started it from seed actually this year. Baby's breath, malva. Malva did fabulous for me. It's a perennial and it is just prolific. More zinnias, a hollyhock, chamomile, nigella. I've never grown nigella. I'm doing it again this year. I didn't have much luck last year. Chrysanthemums, snapdragons, amaranth, which I tried and I failed miserably at, so I'm giving it another go. Foxglove, which just came out fabulous for me, and echinacea. So those are all packaged seeds that I still have that I am planning on sowing. Now we're going on to my self-saved. So I saved this yellow bush sunflower, which was awesome. A couple of sunflowers, a couple of snapdragons, sorry, but I don't know which color is which. I just kind of grabbed the dried up seed pod and put it in an envelope and just hoped for the best. Cilantro, dill, rose of Sharon. I actually saved a white rose of Sharon. So funny story. We were walking down the path by our house, which my kids and I usually like to go on long walks. There's like a little area that we like to call our spot that we go to in the summertime, and along that path is a white rose of Sharon, and it is beautiful. It has like maybe a dark center and white bloom. Anyways, there was kind of some spent blooms on it, and one was kind of going to seed, and I kind of broke it off and put it in my pocket, hoping that I could put it in an envelope, let it dry, and see what happens. So I saved that. More morning glories I saved marigolds. I have a magnolia tree and I saved the seeds of that. They're beautiful. They're orange. The seeds are just gorgeous. And sunflowers and another hollyhock pink mix. So those are all of the flowers that I have as seed. So out of those, I have started agastache, echinacea, hollyhock, and then the herbs. I started like dill, cilantro, rosemary, thyme, and basil, all in a little tray. I'll show you a clip of that as well. So then what I've purchased on top of that, just because I was walking by, I saw it and I thought I cannot wait for summer. So I am going to grow, I know this doesn't really count as a flower, but I'm actually going to be using it as a filler in bouquets. Catnip, I'm really excited. I got some pink grass, which kind of looks like a feather. I thought these are really cool. I'm hoping I'm covering my face enough to see this. Delphiniums. So funny story about delphiniums. When we first moved into this house 3 years ago, I kind of let the garden go for the first year, and I was so eager beaver, being such an amateur gardener. I just like ripped out everything. And I ripped out tubers of the Delphiniums, and they were like beautiful. And I have a picture of what they looked like as I cut them in a vase. And honestly, I don't even know what I was thinking at the time. I was just like gung-ho, and I went for it, and I hacked away. So this is my chance to re-sow and save what used to be delphinium in my backyard. I've never grown this, but I'm excited. Scabiosa. It's a perennial here in zone 5. I got a Rudbeckia. I'm excited about this. These are wonderful for butterflies, and hummingbirds actually really like these too. Dianthus, I've never tried this either. So I'm excited about that. And then I got a couple of annuals. These are aster puffs. And then I got something called puntilla. I don't really know what it is. It kind of looks like a rose / maybe, I don't even know. Like a pansy? I don't even know. Anyways, the colors are so cool that I had to get them. And then, oh, these are just spring. These are just spring. Sweet pea. Jumbo sweet pea. This color's fabulous. And then a lighter version of a mix. I'm okay with it. I mean, amazing. And then today, actually, I went to the dollar store, and I love Dollar Tree. And they just had poppies hanging out, so why not? Lest we forget. Okay, so that is it for my flower haul, my flower seed haul. Now I'm going to go over everything that I have in a package for vegetables, and then what I self-saved. Self-saved. Okay, so I have red basil, Thai basil. I'm actually going to be trying a couple of basils that I let go to seed. I'm going to be trying them in bouquets, and someone said that it has a fabulous smell. And as opposed to a catnip option, I talked about catnip earlier. I think I have catnip behind my garden fence, but I'm a little bit of a chicken to go over there because I've seen a few snakes. So I kind of go over there with like a banging bat or something hitting the fence before I like walk out, because I'm afraid that like snakes are gonna go everywhere and it freaks me out. But anyways, I want to use the basil as kind of a filler bouquet foliage. I think it would be fun. And I've heard great things, especially if you do like a cinnamon basil, which is like a dark purple, and then you do like a green basil. Oh, it's going to be good. Okay, and then I also have mint, parsley, thyme, dill, sage, more basil, corn, parsley, onions, chives, clover, cucumber, beet, carrot, peas, sugar snap peas. I love them. Lemon balm. Oh, I'm so excited to grow lemon balm. I have a friend who actually dries hers and makes it into tea, and I would love to chat with her and talk about how she does that and share that with you, so stay tuned. But let me keep going. Sprouts, Corella. Corella is like a bitter melon. In my mom's old house, she used to grow it along her fence, and it was just awesome. It was so prolific. She would get a ton. She would actually harvest it and then boil it and freezer bag them. So then when she made like her curries and stuff, she would just throw the already cooked Corella into the curry mix, and it would like boil in, and she wouldn't have to like cook it separately. I want to learn a couple of freezer tips along the way this year too. Okay, and tomatoes, kale, chard, zucchini, lettuce, spinach, and broccoli sprouts. So those are all packages that I already had. And then what I saved myself, so most of these are actually Thanksgiving related. So we had gone to the farm and we picked up a ton of pumpkins, like big ones, round ones, huge ones, white ones, warty, gourdy ones. Like it was just fun. So I saved all of those seeds because why not? And spinach, navy beans, acorn squash, green pepper, onions, and yellow watermelon, which I'm excited about. It didn't work out so well last year. Nevertheless, I am giving it another go. Okay, and then when I went to the store again, I picked up some leeks. I don't know if I've ever tried leeks, so I'm giving it a try. Cabbage. Ooh, I'm excited to grow cabbage. This was also at Dollar Tree for 79 cents. Anyways, I'm going to grow cabbage because they do really well in colder climates, and I don't know why I haven't thought of it earlier. Also, I didn't have romaine. The lettuce that I talked about earlier were Butter Crunch and Simpson, which is like the really frilly one, but I wanted a romaine, like an actual like head of lettuce. And then I got some like dinosaur kale, or what you would call dinosaur kale. It's called Lasianto, but I call it dinosaur kale. Anyway, so I just wanted to share with you what I had, what I purchased, and like there's still some stuff that I didn't even share. So last fall, before I had a hard frost, I cut back all of my tubers and I dug them up, and they are in my cold cellar right now. I'll do another video on checking on those and planting those up. But I have gladiola corms, I have dahlia tubers, and I have a couple of, is that it? Maybe that's it. I thought I had more. And I planted in the fall, before the hard frost, so when I was digging up everything, kind of in its place while the soil was loose, I kind of placed crocus, daffodils, tulips, and hyacinths. Ooh, and some alliums. So I'm excited to see what happens of those too. So stay tuned. Anyways, this was just a video just to talk about all the seeds that I have, all the seeds that I kind of bought along the way, and to encourage you guys to look through your drawers and see what you have. You will never fully know unless you try. So I have some seeds. This is a little bit of my tip, okay? My mom had sold her house about 5 years ago, and I never truly appreciated her garden because I worked it a couple of times, but not to its full potential. And man, I'm kicking myself now that I could have gotten my hands dirty earlier, but nevertheless, new leaf. At that time, she had saved quite a few seeds. She had chili plants, so she saved chili seeds, she saved beans, she saved her chlorella seeds that I just talked about. She saved a ton of stuff, and I kept it all. And as the years kind of went, we moved from our last house to this house. In my last house, my garden was extremely small. So I just had enough for a couple of creeping beans. So I kept a lot of her stuff. So now, being it 2022, those seeds are probably over 10 years, I would say, or maybe 5 years. And a lot of people say if your seeds are that old, you know, like there's not even any point in putting any trouble towards them. Just throw them out and start over. Yes and no. So yes, in the sense that you're right. Your probability of germination goes down huge. Okay, but just for the sheer nostalgia of trying to grow a rose hip, or a rose from a rose hip that my mom had saved 8 years ago in an envelope. I mean, there's a chance. Like if you don't try, there's 100% chance that it will not grow. But if you do try and you give it a good try, then you can say, okay, I tried and you know, these aren't so great and let's chuck them. But if you don't try, you will never know. Also, I encourage you, those seeds that you still are unsure about and you don't know if they'll grow, and you don't even want to waste your time indoors, like babying them and taking care of them as seedlings. You just kind of want to see what happens. Throw them outside in the summer, like June, perfect. Even end of May, once the ground has thawed and we're getting some moisture and sunshine, like boom, you don't know what's going to happen. So I encourage you to plant what you have. And there's a lot of ways that you can save seeds, just from the grocery store. You go and you buy tomatoes, tomatoes have seeds. You go and you buy a cucumber, cucumbers have seeds. Pretty much every vegetable that you purchase at the grocery store, you can regrow. It just takes a little time, a little effort, and a little love. TLC. Anyways, I probably rambled for so long that I can't even remember. Okay, well, I just want to say thank you so much for spending the day with me. I appreciate your time. And if there are any tips and tricks that you have of growing seeds that are older, or maybe a little bit nostalgic to you, or ways that you treat them, maybe you put them in the freezer to keep them safe, or fresh, there's a lot of ways that we can learn from each other. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe. I hope I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.